Hi, my name's Gwen. Welcome to your practice. Today we have my daughter, my beautiful daughter Cassia, joining us. And we're in a pose where it can be either legs up the wall or, like Cassia has here, her calves resting on the chair. And her feet are actually off the chair. So if you'd like to explore that all the way up to your knees fully supported, please do. Or you can come back from it a little bit. So let yourself settle. Cassia has her hands above her head right now. That's an option, or you can leave them on your belly or down by your side. And then once you're in that place and you're fully supported and you feel content, then let your eyes close and notice how you feel. So each breath, notice all the little subtleties of the breath, the inhale, the coolness coming in and seeping in. And as you exhale, feeling a little bit more grounded where we're touching the mat, where we're touching the chair. So I like to think as you inhale, you may feel that floating sensation, that rise. And as you exhale, you pour a little bit more into this shape. And so we're going to explore a breath today called 3-part breath. Let's take 2 cleansing breaths before we come into that. So go ahead and inhale full and deep, all the way to the top. Drop the jaw, open the mouth, audible sigh out. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. You'll inhale full and deep all the way to the top of the breath, a light little pause, and exhale that breath right out. Beautiful. And then go ahead and place the hands on the belly. One hand on the lower belly, one hand just above that hand. Let the elbows rest down. And then notice what you notice. Can you feel the belly moving? So through the palms, through the warmth of the palms, maybe you feel the warmth coming into the belly. Maybe you feel a little subtle rises and falls as you breathe. Take in all those details. And then when you're ready, take another deep breath here. Feel the hands rise. And then exhale that breath right out. The next inhale, feel the lower hand rise first, then the top hand. A little pause, and exhale, the top hand comes in first, and then the lower hand. A little pause. Inhale, the bottom hand rises. Top hand. Pause. Exhale, the top hand comes inward. And then the lower hand. And a light little pause. Continue like this. Feel the rhythm as the first hand rises. Moves into the second. You pause and then the second one comes down first. And then that lower hand. So we wave that breath in like this. Notice if it feels like a struggle today, or does this feel natural to you? Does it feel easy? Know that it's the noticing that we're most concerned about in yoga. Whether you can or you can't is of no concern. It's the noticing. So notice what this feels like. Notice the body breathe. you've naturally dropped the breath, let's go right back into it for 2 more. So that bottom hand rises on the inhale, the top hand, and as you exhale, the top hand lowers, and then the bottom. And 1 more here. Enjoy that exhale. The hands can remain where they are, or let them just come by your side. And notice how the body feels here now. Allow yourself to rest. Notice the benefits of that breath. What does that feel for you? Can you feel that spaciousness? Right from where we're right on the mat, through the pelvis, all the way up. Maybe for you it feels the space in the middle of the brain. All thought has fallen away. We've dropped below the thinking mind. Whatever it is, know that the lungs are a little bit more clear from top to bottom, front to back. That respiratory system a little stronger. That midsection where you have your solar area, the solar plexus, is beautifully moving now. You might want to visualize a parachute moving up, a beautiful silk parachute, and down effortlessly with the breath. All those benefits. Let yourself bask. And then very softly here, you can start to flutter open the eyes. You can start to take the legs a little bit closer to the belly, maybe 1 at a time. You can give the chair a little press off the mat, and I'll carry it just right off to the side. Cassie is tall, nice and long, a little longer than a mat. Nice. And from here, we're going to come into one of my favorite full body integration. This is called Flamingo. So go ahead and take your legs up. So you're going to bend 1 in at a time. Beautiful. You can take the legs all the way into the belly and hug them in if you like. And then from here, just go ahead and roll over to the side. So let yourself roll right over to the side like you're sitting on a chair. The arms can come out like arms of a T, so you're going to make a T with the arms so they can just come right out. Beautiful. And then from here, you may want something underneath the head, so I provided a blanket. If you'd like something underneath the head, please do, and it can come widthways, because we're going to be moving the head and neck in this pose. So first, allow yourself to settle here and feel how the body can breathe. We're going to break this one up. So we're going to start with the lower half. Observe this top leg, the whole entire leg. Notice how it's settled on the lower leg. So if that top toe had a marker on it, you're going to draw a line downward. You're going to pick 3 different spots, so not to be too concerned about this line. You can draw a line downward to the bottom of your mat. This is a circular mat, so it really doesn't matter. And then slowly bring it up. Pick a new spot, maybe backward, and draw that line, maybe from the arch downward. Beautiful. And then slowly, once it comes back, notice how those muscles can turn off. And then maybe you pick a little bit further backward. Bring it back. Beautiful. And notice how that feels. Notice how those muscles can turn off and soften. And now we'll bring the top into it. So this arm that's extended out, go ahead and bend at the elbow. Just let it bend. The hand will come into the chest and you'll feel your way through the heart center, all the way through the length of that lower arm, coming all the way onto your side. As you come onto your side, draw that line downward to the bottom of your mat with the lower leg, with that top leg. Nice. And then go ahead and bring it back up. As it comes up, maybe it can come up a little bit more into the belly. And as that does, you can draw and feel your way right out into that T. Beautiful. And then let yourself come on back. Draw that line all the way downward. And maybe, food for thought, that hip can come forward, that top hip, just a little bit. And then feel the hand outstretch and outreach that lower hand. And then let yourself come on back. Knee comes into the belly. There's the flamingo part. Arm reaches out, maybe in a new area. And then we move like this. This might feel like heaven on earth. You can pause anywhere along the line. Feel that top hip. Feel that leg extend out. The top hip can move forward. Allow the head to really move forward with it, maybe onto the forehead. And then let yourself roll and tuck and squeeze and breathe. Take up lots of room with this one. So maybe this long arm can arc up now. And you can feel your way in an arc. And as it hits the floor, feel how you can lengthen through that top leg into a new area. Top hip can reach down, forehead can roll. Enjoy moving like this. Notice how it feels. Hopefully it feels delicious as it looks. Nice. Savor it. When you feel complete, gently you can roll onto your back. So whatever feels good, maybe you finish the one that you're on. And we can come into a body scan. So notice how you feel. All the way from your toes, give them a little wriggle. And then feel from your heels up, where you're light on the mat and where you're heavy. All the way up through the thighs. Notice the length of the legs. Is one dipping down more than the other if we were laying in sand? Is it imprinting a little more? Feel the sit bones and notice if they're even. If they're evenly pressing down, or is one a little higher than the other, a little lower? All the way through that lower spine, how far is it from the mat? Mid-spine, broad and wide. Shoulders sink and soften. The back of the neck, notice how it feels as you just gently rock the head from right to left, a light little rock. Come to your center and feel the quality of the whole entire body, this 360 degrees of awareness. Notice how you feel. And then we'll come on over to the other side. So let yourself roll over to the other side. Notice how it feels on this side. You can start on your side. I often start on my side. Or you can start with your arms like a T. So I'll often start with one hand into the other. Or, as Cassie is doing, might feel like heaven on earth. And we don't have to break this side up in bits and pieces. It's gotten the memo. So you can start when you feel. Notice what it's like to bend that arm, bring it across the heart center, reach and outreach that lower arm. Reach down through that upper leg, draw that line. And then slowly, methodically, mindfully bringing it up into the belly as the arm outreaches. Taking up plenty of space, like a yawn. Savor this massage. Self-regulation, self-correcting, and self-healing. Maybe our mantra today is, Nice. So notice how you feel as we roll around on our mat. Know that that right arm can reach up in an arc, come all the way to the bottom. You can draw a different line in a different area. Beautiful. As the leg comes up, you might arc that arm all the way up to the ceiling and all the way out to the side. Just feel and notice what this beautiful twist feels like. Nice. Pause and breathe into this lightness. Full body integration. Nice. The head rolls around as the feet move, as the arms move. Finish the one that you're on. And then go ahead and come on into your body scan when you're ready. So find yourself on your back body. Wriggle the toes a wee bit here. Notice what it feels like this time now. Both sides are completed. So from the heels all the way up to the knees, feel the lower leg. From the knees all the way up where we meet the torso, feel the length of the leg, the fullness, that lightness, the weight coming down if we were laying in sand. All the way through the sit bones, the evenness or unevenness. The lower spine, the mid spine, all the way through the cervical spine of the neck, and a light little rock from right to left of the back of the head. And just feel the width of the neck here. You'll come into complete stillness and feel the quality of the body. Beautiful. And then we're going to come into something called foot sliders. So this is really fun. I love this one. So when you're ready, you can gently drag up one leg at a time. Give yourself a hug. Roll onto your favorite side. Use that momentum when you roll to gently press yourself up as you lengthen or rock and roll up. Whatever feels good. So here we go. We're close to the wall, so we can use the wall if you'd like. So, or you can sit wherever you're comfortable on the floor. And I'm going to show you an option with the chair. So this is a little bit more slippery, our floor underneath our mat. So I'm going to take the mat and just give it a little bit of a roll. I'm going to roll it one more time. And if that's you at home, roll up your mat, and it's better to do it on a carpet than your mat because the mat is very sticky. So I like to bring my elbow crease into the leg that isn't moving and then hang on to that forearm. So I'm in a bind. And then I can feel both sides of my spine a little bit better that way. If that's not an option, lean into something or have your hands behind you. And then the leg that we're going to move first is the right. You're gently going to slide it forward, just about a foot, not too much. So you can gauge it by the foot that's beside it. So come to the toes of the one beside it, and then when that heel is approximately that long, raise the toes and like hanging onto a pencil, just a light little squeeze downward. And then lower that foot, drag it back, leave the ball of the foot down, and just lift the toes as much as you comfortably can off of the floor. And then you drag it forward. Lift, leave the heel, and hang on to that pencil. Lower slowly and drag it back. Press into the big toe mound and lift the toes. And let's do a few like this. Forward, up, hang on to the pencil. Bring it down and back. Press, toes raise. So this has a lot to do with reflexology. Bring it forward, heel roots, lift, hang on to that pencil. Drop it down and drag it back. Press through the big toe mounds underneath those toes. Only the toes lift, and maybe now they're moving away from each other. Let's do that one more time. Drag it forward. Pivot the foot all the way up, leaving the heel. Hang on to the pencil. Let it come down and drag it back. Press through the meaty part underneath the toes. Only the toes come up and relax. Go ahead and let's do a before and after now. So hang on to the shins, lift the head, and take a little snapshot of your range of motion. And let's move right over to the other side. Root into the elbow crease, hang on, option 1. 2, hands back, or bring a cushion behind you. You can do this easily on a chair. So left leg, gauge it to the right foot, drag it forward that foot, and then lift, only the foot, the heel stays, hang on to the pencil, take your time. Lower, drag the whole foot back, feel all that sensation. Press that meaty part down, toes come up and spread, and then down. Take your time. Once you have the gist of the movement, please close your eyes. Heel roots, toes squeeze, and then lower. Notice what you notice. Maybe you feel this more in your back. Maybe you feel this more somewhere else in your body. Notice all of that. Breathe. And just come into this movement, almost like a meditation. We just slide it back, leave the heel down. The toes only come up. We slide it forward. The heel stays down, and you hang on to that pencil. 2 more. Last one. Foot comes down. Press into that meaty part. Spread those toes. Lift. Relax. Let's come into hanging on to the shins. Look all the way up and notice what you notice. So it's this part of the back where maybe some of you that are at a computer or have that wilted flower stance a lot on your devices may feel very tired in here and exhausted. So this is for this area right in here. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to show you what it would be like to that same pose on a chair. So I'm just going to bring this forward. Bring the chair just to face you for a moment. Cassie, if you come up on the chair, and I have some grippy balls here, and you can use anything that you have from the dollar store or wherever you are in the world. It doesn't have to be expensive. So bring your foot right onto the ball. This is more of a kinetic mirroring. And so kinetic mirroring is I will do the movement for you, and then I'll allow the body to take over. And so right from the foot underneath the knee, I'm going to take the foot forward all the way to the heel. And then I'm going to lift the toes. And I'm going to leave my finger there and just curl the toes around my finger. And then slowly, slowly, I'm going to bring it back. When I feel the ball right underneath her big toe mound, I'm going to press. And just watch her toes and maybe lift them a little bit. And I'm going to continue like this until I feel that she can take over. And so you can move like this on your own. And I usually do it about 3 times. A little press into the ball and the toes come upward. And you can work the same side or you can do the other side yourself. So let's see how that feels. You can come right over to the other side and work the other side yourself. Nice. So know if you have someone at home that is unable to move, you can move for them and they'll receive all the benefits. If they're unable to move one side, so if they're maybe they've had a stroke or for whatever reason, you can move that side and the other side will receive. Beautiful. Toes come up, maybe a little curl, and then all the way back. Beautiful. And you can do a before and after with this as well. You can hang on to the knees. You can look up, take a little inner snapshot, bring it down, and then start the movement. This is a fun one to do on an airplane or wherever you need to sit for long periods of time. So we're going to close our practice with a little seated meditation. So wherever you are, let yourself get comfortable on a chair or seated. You can elevate the sit bones or come into Virasana hero's pose like I am on my heels. Wherever you are, gently close the eyes. Feel the stacking of the spine. Feel this whole spine moving up on an inhale. On your exhale, feel the grounding down of the sit bones. Notice the breath and how you feel. Very softly bring the palms together. Feel the warmth. Go ahead and bring the thumbs into the heart center. Connect. Let's take one more breath here together. Inhale. And as you exhale, a light little bow. Sending out this support beyond these walls as warmth and kindness. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you for your practice.